Sometimes the school part of college football can be a bit of an afterthought, but not today. We dip into History 101 and see what happens when two historical figures, warriors, people of mythical proportions, clash in a battle to the finish. Welcome to the banks of the Raritan in Piscataway, New Jersey, SHI Stadium, home to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Knights will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Sheffield. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Rutgers offense will get the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. They'll move the tight end. The give on the option. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds a man on the right. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Caught over the middle. It's Weber.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And the Scarlet Knights can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
The Scarlet Knights are marching down the field. They'll try the run. Makes it past the marker. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver going in motion. On the move, it's Campbell. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. That is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. The Knights offense will go to work for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter. And he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most. And there's going to be times in this game, like we've seen throughout his career, when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter. And that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
They'll go to the ground. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The Knights are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Jackson will throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Knights line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. All the way back to the 15. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Raymond. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Scarlet Knights in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, the running back has it. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The Scarlet Knights will snap it on first and 10. The running back has it. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
And the Scarlet Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. That's caught. It's strong. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Using his legs, it's Raymond. He stopped short of the first down, but he gets it into plus territory on the scramble, and now decision time on fourth. The Scarlet Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Fires one high and deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Where he's just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Weber. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. From the gun, running back on the move.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The run from the shotgun. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
This
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
From the gun. Here's the pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Weber. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Piscataway. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the birthplace of college football.
And the Scarlet Knights will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll open the 2nd half with a run. And he's stopping behind the line of scrimmage, tried to break out the spin move and still couldn't get loose.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Got it in the middle, it's Wade. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
The Knights will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Grabbed behind the line. It's Weber. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
The Scarlet Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that third and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that third down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
And the Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Knights will call on their punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Makes the catch. It's Sheffield. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Defense has been dominant. We reached the end of the third quarter. Nobody's been able to get on the board as we check out the stats. It's easy to think back to 2014, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, the last time we had a game go into overtime as a scoreless tie. Let's see if that's the way this one goes as we start the fourth. Sweet cut there. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now on third down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And that might be all it takes, fellas. This has been a defensive war and struggle all game long. That field goal in the fourth quarter might be what ends this thing. The newspapers tomorrow are going to say 3-0. How crazy is that?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Jackson will throw. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Hughes. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Really nice discipline by that receiver against man coverage because you know that throw is going to be contested with a defender in your back pocket. He fights back to the football. He fights through contact and shows really strong hands on the catch.
The run to the right. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Wade. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
A nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Jackson gonna throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Wade. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Hughes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late and it matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Touch pass on the right. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the 1st down, stops the clock, and has them on the move, trying to get the late score.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late.
I absolutely hate that play call. At this point of the game, you're trailing, you're trying an outside run. It's a slow developing play, eating up seconds. And if you're going to do that, at least you have to be able to get out of bounds. He wasn't able to do it, and now the clock is ticking and ticking away. That is just not the right play call in this 2-minute situation.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that touchdown, UCF! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
UCF. Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Catch in the middle, it's Raymond. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Grab near the marker. It's Weber. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Raymond. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. Fires to the big fella. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Duff. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.